In a world filled with noise, the rarest sound of all is silence. But silence isn't the absence of sound. It's the presence of something deeper. It's the point where existence itself pauses and listens. Scene: mountains at dawn. Slow motion, mist rising. Since the beginning of time, the universe has been speaking, not through words, but through stillness. Every explosion, every heartbeat, every thought emerges from that silent background and eventually returns to it. Silence isn't empty. It's full of everything waiting to be heard. We spend our lives running from silence. We fill it with music, with talking, with endless scrolling. Because silence is uncomfortable. It feels like a void, like nothing. But what if that nothing is the most powerful thing in the universe? In the quiet, you start to notice what's always been there: your thoughts, your emotions, the constant stream of noise that never stops inside. And when you stop resisting it, you realize that the silence underneath it all isn't frightening. It's infinite. Narrator: lower-tone scientists have found that when the brain is still, when noise fades, something remarkable happens. Neural networks synchronize. The body repairs itself. Awareness expands. Silence rewires you. It clears the static between you and reality. Think about it. Sound can only exist because of silence. Without the space between notes, music would be chaos. The pauses make the song. Just like the silence between your thoughts reveals who you really are. Every spiritual tradition, every philosopher, has pointed to the same truth. In silence, you meet yourself. Not your name, your story, your voice, but the awareness behind it all. That awareness has no sound, no form, no face. And yet, it's the source of everything. When the mind grows quiet, you start to hear the rhythm beneath the noise, the pulse of existence itself. Your heartbeat, the wind, the hum of the earth turning. It's all one symphony, and silence is its conductor.
The universe doesn't speak in words. It speaks in vibration. And vibration can only be heard in stillness. That's why silence has always been sacred. It's not where you lose yourself, it's where you find yourself. Because only in silence can you hear the universe whisper back. Close your eyes for a moment. Listen. That faint hum you hear, that subtle awareness that you're alive, that's not you inside the universe. That's the universe inside you. When you stop speaking, it speaks through you. When you stop searching, it reveals what was always there. In silence, you don't find answers, you become one. Every thought dissolves, and what's left is the same stillness that existed before the first star was born. You realize you were never separate from it. You are it. You always were. But here's the paradox. Silence isn't something you create. It's something that's always been there. You don't make silence happen. You simply notice that it never left. Beneath every word, beneath every sound, beneath every heartbeat, silence waits, patiently. The world teaches you to speak louder, to move faster, to fill every moment. But the universe teaches the opposite. It whispers, be still. Listen. Remember. Because in the stillness, you stop being just a person and start becoming the presence that gives life to everything. When you finally embrace silence, you stop reacting and start seeing. You notice details the noise was hiding, the beauty of a single breath, the sound of the wind through trees, the miracle of simply being. That's the moment you return home, to yourself. Silence doesn't ask for anything. It doesn't demand. It doesn't judge. It simply is. And in that isness, you rediscover your power, the power to create, to understand, to love. Because love doesn't shout. It doesn't argue. It doesn't rush. It listens. And silence is the sound of love before it's spoken. Everything you've ever known, every word, every moment, every thought, has been floating inside this ocean of silence. And when your mind finally stops moving, you feel it, the truth that's too quiet to hear until everything else fades away. In the beginning, there was silence. And from that silence came everything. And in the end, everything will return to it. Until then, listen. Because the universe still speaks when you don't.